is insane, you guys.
Yo, this is sexy, man.
Broadcasting live from the internet, it's Tuesday night, and this is the PanelsOnPages.com podcast with your host, Lee Rodriguez.
At the end of the day, babies are terrible people, and I'm not sorry for saying it.
Jason Knize.
Motherfucker, I won best costume!
Jose Guzman.
Yeah, I know nothing about Firestorm except for his hat's always burning.
And Kelly Harris.
Boy, love, it appears we got a penis in the mail.
I glued my fucking eyes shut!
I just want to see all these Yelp reviews of Jose's jizz.
Oh, sorry, I knocked over the salt.
Like you had anything better to do.
What's going on, everybody? Today is Tuesday, August 14th, 2018. And this is episode number 4. Fuck, no, not quite. Yeah, is this right? 436?
Yeah.
Oh, it just flows off the tongue. The Panels on Pages podcast. I'm your host, the Lord Reverend Lee Rodriguez. Joining me tonight, we got Mr. Jason Knize.
Weekends are for ho shit.
Jose Guzman.
I haven't talked to him in a while, but is his hat still on fire?
Probably. If I had to guess. Part of his whole fucking gimmick. And Kelly Harris is here.
Juice boxes made me shit my pants.
Favorite tweet of the day.
You won't read on Facebook. Happy friend-iversary, Kelly.
Happy friend-iversary.
Oh, you guys
Beautiful
are so
thing.
sweet.
You guys.
Yeah, let's pull up that Kelly tweet and read it aloud on the podcast because it is phenomenal. At Comic Geek Kelly 10 hours ago. When I was in 3rd grade, I drank too many orange high-C juice boxes, and all the citrus or something made me shit my pants in class. So it goes to show that there really can be too much of a good thing.
And it's a true life lesson.
Yeah, that's definitely wanted to take that shit to the bank.
I saw that tweet.
One day I just drank like 6 of those. Just 6 of those juice boxes in one day. It was a great day. And
I saw
the
that
next
tweet.
day, I'm sitting in class, and I go to a fart. And that's when I first learned you should never trust a fart, because I just shit my pants.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's a cool. That's also called your 40s.
And I just lean over to the girl that sat next to me and go, "Hey, I pooped myself." She's like, "What?" And I'm like, I pooped my pants. What do I do? She's like, you tell the teacher. I was like, all right. So I rose my hand and said, "Teacher, I pooped myself. Can I go to the office?"
Never pooped myself, but as a portly young man in the early 90s, I did one time rip the seam on the side of my, let's just, for lack of a better term, they were like a Zubaz style pant.
Nice.
It's not Zubaz necessarily, but that kind of whatever the
As
fuck.
a prom king should be wearing.
Yeah, and they were on the like the outside seam. Like so, like I sat down, it ripped. I examined it. It just got bigger. Like right before like recess time happened, and so everyone else gets up, and I just kind of sit there. I'm like, no, we're not going. And the teacher comes in. It was 1st grade. She's like, "Aren't you gonna go play?" I'm like, "No, I think I'm good." She's like, "Well, why not?" And I just sort of stood up and like. By this point, the rip is practically to my knee. And she just, her chin hits the floor and her hands cover her face as if I were bleeding. Like, in retrospect, it wasn't quite that serious. It's your job to get your shit together and be the adult. So she handled it very poorly. But, you know, this is the no cell phone era. So I just had to just sit in the back of the room the entire rest of class and wait for the bell to ring at the end of the class today. It was awful.
When I was in, I can't remember what grade I was in. It was maybe 2nd or 3rd. It might have been 3rd too. Yeah, it was recess. It was snowy outside, so we were, wearing snow pants and shit, so we could play in the snow. And I go to pull off my snow pants, and I guess all of my pants came with it.
Oh no!
Like underpants and all. But here's the thing:
Little Kelly baby dick.
no one saw it.
Oh.
I looked around, and no one said anything. No one looked at me. So I was like, hell yeah. I showed my dick and got away.
Not in
This-
climate.
This is a pass. We got a pass from the universe.
Yeah. No, that happened, and no one ever knew until this very moment. I don't think I've ever actually told this story before.
Well, since we're sharing stories we've never told anybody before. So, remember that time I shit on the side of 429?
Yeah.
So I couldn't tell this story in Vegas because I was still at his house, and he didn't know. So we drive out, and we're to shoot like the sunset, and like I start to not feel good in the stomach area, but I was like, all right, well, fuck it.
Doctors call that poopy tummy.
Oh, they do, and it was carrying, and it's like a 25-30 minute drive out there. So like we done committed. We're already out here.
But you're also going to the desert, so
Exactly. So luckily though, in my backpack of tactical road gear.
You mean your book bag?
What do they call it? Backpack.
You called it a backpack, and you usually call it a book bag.
Oh, well, I'm switching it up. 2018, baby. So I have my handy travel wipes.
Yep.
And I'm just sitting there, we're setting up the time lapse, and I'm trying to get through it and fucking be all right, and it's fine. Then it's not all right. So I get up, I walk away from everybody. It calms down. We set up the next shot. It's not all right. Then it is all right, and this goes on for like an hour and a half. Just battling with like, oh god.
You should have time-lapsed the turtle head poking out.
So it got to the point where we all go to sit, the time-lapse thing's set. There's nothing more we can do. So we're like, okay, cool. Here's some cool rocks to sit down. So I'm like, okay, maybe if I could sit and stop moving, I'll be fine. But nope. Once I got into that like position of sitting, my mind was like, oh, you're on the toilet now. Let's go.
Oh.
I was like, okay, God, I gotta go. But luckily they were there. So I like kind of snuck out without anyone noticing I was gone. Like ran down, I don't know, 200, 300, 400 feet down the road, like across the street in like the ditch dip where no one could see me, and just fucking went to town on some poor little cactus. Sorry, guy.
I feel very lucky to have never had to do that. Come close a couple times, but never had to actually go for it. Feel good about it.
Just crossing off highways in different states that I've shit off of. In dire needs.
Hey, man, you need a goal, dude. It's important. I appreciate it.
I posted this story on Twitter either last
just
week.
got a map on his wall with pins in it.
Oh,
but,
man.
Bright side of that story is I have yet to shit my pants in a time of dire need.
Nice.
So I'll call that a win.
So we moved to Florida in January of 92. I was in 5th grade at the time. So January 28th, 1992 was my first day at my new elementary school, 5th grade. Got through most of the day, made some friends, had a good time, and then I start getting the poopy tummy, getting the bubble guts, and I start going towards the back of the room.
Got that mud butt.
Well, actually, it was pukey.
Oh, even worse.
Oh no!
Do the bootleg goo guts.
Yeah, I start heading towards the back of the classroom where the bathroom was, and I grab the doorknob and it's locked. I'm like, oh fuck! And I just unload in the back of the classroom, projectile vomiting. My first day of 5th grade in this new school. They've all known each other for months now, and I'm the new kid, and I'm just
You're the new kid that just puked all over the fucking
just
everything.
Upchucking all over the back of the classroom. The teacher grabs me and chucks me out of the door because I'm
I don't know him.
I'm continuing to puke. Like, it wasn't just like a bleh, I feel better. It was bleh, 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 bleh.
You went full Dracula.
I want to suck you.
So he throws me out. It's portables, all connected by awnings and shit. So he threw me out the door, and I'm outside. And I continue to puke. I'm leaning up against the wall of the classroom. I'm just as
God.
the rest of 5th grade is coming back from PE, walking past me.
I'm like, what's up, young blood?
Heard.
So, like, at least through middle school, there was at least one dude who was like, "Oh, you're that guy who was puking."
Oh no. Jesus, that's terrible.
It was a pretty good first impression.
Nailed it.
Jose, I think you might have your wrong mic set. Or your mic is not pointing in the right direction.
I'll point your mic.
Please do.
Where's it at?
It's not
That's what's out.
quite right.
How about that?
Better.
There you go.
Much better.
Oh,
got
so
your
I
new
guess it doesn't matter backwards or not.
I thought we determined that.
No, we determined what direction I needed to speak into, but I just thought it accepted it from both angles.
Just like your mom.
Beat me by this much.
Apparently not, though, because it doesn't.
Oh, jeez. All right, let's see what else is going on here. Let's see. Let me hit the notes.
What the fuck's going on?
I spent most of the day Saturday at Vanderbilt Hospital with a friend. Her grandfather was very ill, had an accident, and it was like, hey, he might die today. It was super bummer. But fucking dude turned it around, went home the next day.
Nice.
Like, it went from get everyone together to 36 hours later being like, I guess he can go. It's kind of crazy. So good.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Thanks,
that's like the best case
Carl.
scenario. So
He said, "Not today, Satan."
basically what that meant is I played Mega Man X3 for fucking hours on the Switch. And let me tell you, that game is hard. I thought I'd played all of those games, but either I never played this one or I played it like once on a rental.
Mega Man X3, is that directed by Brett Ratner?
Yes, it's like the one that everybody likes to talk shit about now.
Good performance
Does
by Kelsey
Mega Man
Grammer, though.
X7 have a sweet video package featuring Limp Bizkit?
Absolutely, 1000%, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I got the rest of this one. I got 4, and then 5 through 8 are in the other collection. I'll check that out when it comes up when I'm done. But boy, what a solid damn value those X collections are. Other kind of
give it to you.
big thing for the week is I sold a futon mattress on the internet.
Oh, that had to be a real winner.
It was an interesting experience. So we used to have a futon up here in the office, and then I said, fuck that. It was broken, didn't work very well anymore. It was just a bed forever. So fuck it. I want to clear this space out for shelves, built shelves. Kept the mattress. So it's a very Japanese style guest room, just a mattress on the floor for like years. It's been a long time. And then finally, I don't know what it was that kind of made a lovely wife get a hair up her ass about this mattress, but she's like, let's get rid of this mattress. And I'm like, well, where's Goat gonna sleep? Because this is where Goat sleeps. She's like, one of these 17 fucking air mattresses we have. And I'm like, good point. Fine. I'm not gonna just throw it away. I'm gonna sell it. She says, no one's gonna buy this mattress. I said, I will bet you $100 someone will buy this fucking futon mattress.
Sold it for 15.
She's like, no. I'm like, oh, well, just you fucking watch. So, I put the futon mattress up on Let Go. Basically like an internet yard sale thing.
Seen the commercials for that.
Yeah. between Wednesday and Friday, I fielded no less than 14 chats about this mattress.
This is Trump's America.
Like,
shit is so tough out there.
I really and truly was confident that I'd be able to sell this thing. There wasn't a doubt in my mind I'd be able to sell it. But wasn't I expecting to, like, I ended up getting more than asking price for it.
Hey.
Because the one chick...
Goddamn bid war.
Because I had two people... okay, I can get it Saturday. Okay, cool, no problem. And then someone else like, hey, I want it. I'm like, oh, this chick's coming Saturday. If she fucking flakes, you can have it Saturday. And then another person, I want it. I'm like, oh, okay, well, you know, chick's coming Saturday. And she's like, hey. And it was $25, right? Nothing crazy. $25. Just get the fuck out of here. Give me $25. Prove my wife right. My wife wrong. And she's like, I'll give you 30 and come for it tomorrow. And I'm like, then fucking it's yours, lady. Go nuts. But before that, the first person who was like, I want it, I'm like, great, no problem. Again, $25 is the asking price. I'm like, cool, no problem, man. It's yours. He says, cool. Let me just see if I can borrow some money from a couple of people.
Been there, am I right?
I'm like, huh. Tell you what, right now, the guy that has to pool $25 is not coming to my fucking house.
Nope.
No way in black as hell that guy's coming to this house. Sorry. Look, I've been there. I have not had $25.
I found an audio clip of Lee fielding offers for his futon mattress right here.
And so this lady rolled up on a Friday afternoon with this little old lady and her husband with a pickup truck. She's like, hey, help me throw this bitch in the back of the tarp. I'm like, okay, fine. She's going to put it in the loft in her apartment, in her house. And so, like, you know, I sent Nicole. She's like, they're not going to happen. I sent Nicole a picture, and I was like, oh, yeah? Mr. Jackson and the Abes say hello. Put on $30 damn. And she's like, that is so gross. And I'm like, look, I'm not going to buy a mattress on the internet, but I'll take your fucking money if you want to buy one of mine.
Right.
And she's like, the things that have happened on that mattress. I'm like, what's happened on this mattress?
I mean, how many times did Kerouac use it?
She's like, damn, you know how many people have had sex on that mattress? And I'm like, my estimation, let's say 7. Like 7? I go, yeah, you know, at least one of them double dipped. Like, let's say 7. There's a lot of history on that mattress.
Call
somewhere
it a
it's making
crouton.
someone very happy.
Name names.
So yeah, that was quite the adventure. And then went to Opry Mills in Nashville, big outlet mall, to do some Build-A-Bear for the kids. And I was trying to find some shoes. That didn't work because neither the Converse outlet nor the Nike outlet had fucking shoes that would fit me in a style that wasn't outrageously hideous. Because, you know, got these fucking coffee tables into my ankles. It's ridiculous.
And you wear
They
what?
got ham hocks for feet.
See, you were 13?
15.
Okay.
15. Sometimes a 16, depending on the brand. So that 14 to 16 window, depending on what it is. Like I can sometimes get into like a 14 Nike. Fuck out of here. They may less than a 15 and a Skechers. Like a 16 and a Fila. It's preposterous.
Oh, Fila. Man, 7th grade, I was all about Fila.
Fila.
I have no brand loyalty when it comes to shoes. They just gotta fucking fit. It's gotta fit and preferably not be $100. Like that's all. You know.
I searched for an entire summer for a white Fila visor.
A Fila visor. That's pretty baller, son. But while we were unsuccessful in finding shoes, we did dip into that Lego store. And they had that Voltron on one of the display cases built. Mm-hmm. And that's all she fucking wrote. So we brought home that Lego Voltron, and I'm very excited to build that son
all
of
of
a bitch.
them? You don't have to buy like separate Lego packs?
Fuck that.
No.
That would be kind of cool, though.
And it transformed into all 5 lions, They're articulated little models. It's fucking rad, and I was not expecting it to be so big in the store. Like it's hefty. I am very excited to build that thing after I finish this goddamn Technodrome. Which I got one setting left of the Technodrome, and then it is done.
Nice.
And I think it's make it look all cool. I put the eyeball on it last week. Getting there. Yeah, that's.
I sent our Popcast message the picture, or I went to the Lego store in Disney Springs, and I sent a picture of the Voltron, and then something else. What was the other thing I sent?
Shit, what was that? I forget.
I found it. Oh, the fucking chess set.
Oh yeah, I saw that in person too. It's super cool.
Lego chess set. It's pretty dope.
How big are the pieces in person?
Say again?
What size board we looking at?
Well, it's 1,450 pieces. And it also says it's 2-in-1. Oh, so it's checkers too. Of course.
It's checkers too, and the board opens up. You can store all the pieces inside the board. Like it's kind of everything you can want out of a chess set. I'm going to assume
it's a full-sized chess set.
And it's like $40-$60, like not outrageous.
$43.99. I'm looking at the picture right now. And then I saw a picture today. Lego, Lee, you and Nicole do the whole Lego City thing.
Oh yeah,
you got the whole city built out. They have a Lego store that you could add to your city.
That's pretty great.
I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know how I feel about that one. That's kind of weird, but it's pretty. I love all that shit. We are running out of space in that room. Toot sweet. It's a real problem.
Time to buy a new house. How many more futons can you sell?
Yeah.
Told me on no uncertain terms. We're moving in 2020.
Oh, we moving.
Fucking wrap your head around it. We're selling
Quickly,
this bitch and moving.
Top 6 worst things about moving.
If you want to bury me in the backyard of this motherfucker, I'd be okay with it. Don't want to do it. Don't want to do it. Yeah. That's all I got going on. What's going on with you, Knize?
Big thing this week for me was 2 nights of the Mae Young Classic, Wednesday and Thursday.
Dude, those were some crazy long tapings.
They are. They really are. Especially night 2. We didn't get out of there until almost 11. And Mary, come 10 o'clock, she starts turning into a pumpkin. So she really hung in there. But man, yeah. First night is the first round. So 16 matches and 1 dark match, essentially.
That's a lot.
And then the next night is round 2, round 3, and then the semifinals. So it's 8 matches, 4 matches, 2 matches. What's that math? 14? And then they had another 3 filler matches on top of that. And it was...
That weren't tournament matches?
Right. They brought back some of the wrestlers from night 1 to do, like, tag team matches. Since they flew them in, you might as well get 2 nights' work out of them.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
But yeah, great stuff. Saw a lot of really awesome women's wrestling. And my girl Rhea Ripley made it all the way to the semifinals. She was the one that I talked about last year that was like 20 at the time. And she's from Australia, and she's just jacked.
Aussie.
Yeah.
Just yoked.
And since then, she's turned heel. So she's looking all like biker.
Red guy, Aussie.
Metalhead. Rhea Ripley. And she's like, she's 6'6", probably.
She's big.
She's a big girl. She could knock out some dudes, I'm sure. And beautiful. And she made it all the way, she lost to Kelly's girl, EO, in the semifinals. Who is this year's Kairi Sane, the main Japanese lady that they're pushing. I'm not going to say the word that I said in our private chat.
Please don't.
That was, I don't say that. I just say that because Jose says that.
don't be blaming me.
Don't say the word, Jose.
Don't say the other F word, Jose.
Don't say that one, please.
Which one?
Don't. No.
Now, this chick, Rhea Ripley, looks like she could be like she looks like she could be an American Gladiator.
Yes. Oh,
Yes.
That kind of a build. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Bless her heart.
Which apparently may be coming back.
Yes. Seth Rogen
Yeah.
is talking about rebooting American Gladiators.
I know that Seth Rogen is at a place where his career, where he's made enough money and has enough clout, whatever that is, to just be like, let's make this cool shit that I like.
Yeah.
Like,
100%.
I like Preacher and The Boys, and you know what? American Gladiators. Let's go.
Just a young Canadian boy watching American Gladiators thinking, someday.
That's gonna be us.
He's also now, apparently, he went and recorded a bunch of stuff. He's now the voice of, like, the public transit system in Vancouver.
Yes.
Like, all the subway, you know, automated message, whatever. It's all Seth Rogen.
Seth Rogen
coming up.
Welcome to the Vancouver. I keep wanting to say Vancouver. If they don't use that term in Vancouver, they should.
Obviously.
So yeah, Mae Young Classic was awesome. They're going to be airing it. I forget, but they're going to do the finals at that all-women's pay-per-view Evolution in October. So look forward to. No spoilers though. Don't want to get talked to by Hunter about texting spoilers to my friends. Oh, I was doing it.
Still insane.
I was doing it so subvert too. Like as soon as the match was, I'm like.
That's what happens when you fucking pre-tape a show. Calm down.
And then besides that, you know, still following the MoviePass drama. And one of my new favorite things is just to search MoviePass on Twitter and seeing all the people that are just salty, just super salty. And we haven't seen a movie in weeks because of all the problems that they've been having. And they do this thing now where if you open the app in the morning and you check a theater, there's all kinds of movies that you can see. But come 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, like today, we could have seen Mission Impossible at 10:30, and that's it. And all weekend, it was Slender Man, and that's it. And then you see MoviePass tweeting ads for Slender Man and sending you emails about Slender Man. You're like, huh.
Oh,
Isn't that
so that's
interesting?
how we're doing this.
Working for who here?
But tomorrow is supposed to be the day that the new pricing, subscriptions go into effect. So instead of 1 movie a day, it's going to be 3 movies a month for the people that do the monthly subscription. So I'm hoping things will shake themselves out and we might be able to see a movie sometime in the next 8 months that our subscription is still running. And then last thing, I got the email as we were sitting at night 1 of the Mae Young Classic.
Oh, yeah.
That my NECA movie Ninja Turtles had been delivered. And boy, oh boy, are they
just as magical as you hope they'd be.
Yeah. You know?
That's fucking great.
Just, I can't say a bad thing about them. Except for, I wish I had a Casey Jones. I wish I had a April O'Neil. I wish I had 10 foot soldiers, a Shredder, and a Super Shredder. But that'll all come eventually.
Yeah, I know that they doing the
quarter
scale foot soldier.
Right. And they also talked about a quarter scale Shredder at San Diego.
That just screams, 1 to 2 years down the line, we'll do them in a 7-inch scale.
Yeah.
Thing. So I would not lose that hope. I'm sure that's going to happen at some point.
So they all look beautiful. And they're really posable, and almost all the joints are hidden. Which
I was going to ask about that, because I've got a
That's
couple
all I like my joints.
I got a couple of those. Like, I've got the NECA figures. Like, I just bought the Godzilla the other day, and it's got really good hidden joints, and they put those like rubber clothes on some of the people. Like, how does how does it work on those things? Are they just hidden joints, or they're like extra parts to hide them over like a body.
Well, like they got the wristbands and the elbow pads and the knee
Sure.
pads, and those are all rubberized.
Nice.
And for
very smart design.
for the
Hide 'em
elbows-
with gear.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
For the elbows and the knees, they're double joints, so it
That's
covers
nice.
that up.
You got like
And
an
then-
ab crunch or something, and like a rubber shell or something.
Well, the shell is one piece, and then the ab crunch, they can ab crunch within the shell, so like they can move independent of the shell, kind of their shoulders and their upper body. You know, there's not much that you can't do with them. They come with 4 extra sets of hands, you know, for all the turtles. So there's thumbs up, there's flat hands, there's the hands where Raph can kind of hold the sai in between his fingers,
Sure.
you know. There's a can of mutagen that the lid pops off. There's a pizza box with a coupon and 8 slices of pizza. They all come with their weapons. I wish they each had a alternate head, but I'm not going to look a gift horse. They each come with an alternate bandana,
That's cool.
so you can pose their bandana in different poses. And then, well, let me talk about this goddamn box, this package that looks like the VHS box. That
That's
was
so cool.
one of my selling points for this set. And I take them out of the box, and I'm playing with them. And then I'm looking at the box. I'm like, you know, I thought it was a recreation of the VHS box. You know, same pictures and everything. They just changed the text. No, they recreated each photo of the turtles from the VHS box with the figures.
That's
and
insane.
I didn't realize it until I was looking up close. They're
nuts.
that good. And then, to top it all off, I also got that building diorama. And that thing is massive. It is, you know, there's no action features or functionality to it besides displaying your figures on it. But it's the prettiest playset I've ever owned in my life. It's got clear windows. Yeah. It's got an air conditioner.
Yeah, well, when they had it at Toy Fair, they kind of showed it off and it looked like it was just like a display piece, like just for a Toy Fair. They didn't had no indication that they're going to sell it, and it was very like it was more like cartoon colors, so very like kind of pastel-y or whatever. But this one, it looks real. They wash up
Straight out of the movie.
and shit. Yeah, that's fucking cool, man.
And there's some assembly required. It is about as difficult to put together as a Lego set, because there's 40 individual bricks that you have to plug in different spots, and you got to put together the windows. It was not easy to put together, but once it's all together, it looks magnificent. I need to rearrange my office, put this sucker up on one of my IKEA floating shelves. I'm going to do the 3 movie turtles on the middle ledge, and then the Nick turtles on the bottom ledge, and then the original turtles on the top ledge, and maybe throw a bunch of the supporting characters in there too.
Solid,
I'm so excited.
solid choice. I like it.
It was a solid purchase. I'm very happy. It might reappear later on in this episode.
Maybe. What you got going on, Kelly?
The G1's finally over.
Oh,
Goddamn, you've
gee.
been watching it for 7 years.
Yeah, so that's cool. Wrapped up on Sunday. We had shows Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Some real good stuff on those. On the Friday show, you had the A Block finals, which were Hiroshi Tanahashi taking on Kazuchika Okada. That match was tremendous. They went to a 30-minute time limit draw. Tanahashi did not have to win the match. He had just had to have it. He just had to not lose because he was up in the points. So Okada needed the win, and Tanahashi was able to hold him off to the draw. I like what they're doing with the long-term storytelling with those two, because initially when Okada debuted really in New Japan as his current form in 2012. He was able to beat Tanahashi and catch him by surprise, but pretty much after that, Tanahashi beat him every single time until about 2015, when Okada was finally able to overcome him and has been beating him ever since. And so the story really is that even though Tanahashi tried his best to win, even though he didn't have to, he still couldn't put him away. So Tanahashi moves on to the finals. That takes us to Saturday's show. Saturday, you still had 3 guys in play. The semi-main event saw Naito lose to Zack Sabre Jr., effectively eliminating him from the tournament. And a huge shock. No one really expected ZSJ to win, which meant the final of the B block was down to Kenny Omega taking on his golden lover, Kota Ibushi.
Of course.
The match was very good. I wouldn't go match of the year. You could definitely tell they were holding back. They're leaving a lot left in the tank for their next match against each other. Ibushi won, and that leads to a final between him and Tanahashi, which was awesome. I went the full 5 stars on it. As far as I'm concerned, it's a perfect match. Like there was
high praise, son.
There was
Impressed.
really nothing I could critique about the match. I loved it. So yeah, Tanahashi versus Ibushi was a fantastic match. I highly recommend checking it out. And I guess I'll go. I've been spoiling things already, so I'll just say Tanahashi wins. And so he's going to the Tokyo Dome to challenge whoever's got the IWGP Heavyweight Championship at that point.
Got the fucking stones to face him.
Yeah. Right now, it's Omega. We'll see if he holds on to the belt. Yeah, so the G1's done. It was a really good tournament. A little too long. But, you know, that comes with the territory of it being the biggest tournament in wrestling.
Overall, satisfied with the results?
Oh, very.
Good.
Very. Very good tournament. So then, yeah, ever since then, I've just been catching up on everything that I wasn't able to watch in that time. So I've started watching more anime, other wrestling. And I think I talked about it last week. I actually started to make a list of the wrestling I need to watch. So I've been knocking things off of there. And in between, I've been playing a bunch of Octopath Traveler, which is still very good. And that's really about it.
I'm going to get that Joey Janela Lost in New York this weekend. I don't know how much it is, but I'm going to grab that. And I don't have the network currently, so I'm going to wait. And I'm going to watch TakeOver on Hulu on Wednesday.
There you go.
Because I don't give a fuck about SummerSlam. And that's a shame. Because I like a lot of people they've got right now, but no. Not gonna
that card sucks.
Who's,
I'll be reviewing it as usual.
Who's champs now? What's going on?
Nothing's changed since we've last talked, Jose.
Yeah. Pretty
Brock
much.
Lesnar and AJ Styles.
And Alexa Bliss.
Yeah.
And Carmella.
Well, I have a hard time believing that Carmella's a thing.
Well, she's a chicken shit heel. Is how they book her.
Also, Asuka's not booked on the show.
I was really hoping during the Mae Young Classic, they did trot out the superstars like they did last year. Ronda was not there like she was last year, and they did not bring Asuka out at any point, and that was kind of a bummer. They did bring out Ricochet wearing a fedora and a nice button-up shirt, and Mary caught the vapors. She was like, "Oh, Ricochet's here," and I'm like, "We've come to NXT all the time. We see him.
We see him all the time."
When Kelly was given his match ratings for the G1, I was thinking about how he gave 5 stars to a BattleBots match last night.
Guys, it was fucking awesome.
Mary loves BattleBots.
Did she watch the most recent episode?
We don't have any, like, TV currently besides Hulu, Netflix, all that.
Because right now it's airing on Discovery, and man, it fucking Whiplash and Tombstone just
Is it
two
not
heavy
on
hitters.
Hulu?
We haven't looked, or I haven't looked.
You absolutely should look. It's a great watch because I only watch the fights, so I can clear through an hour-long show in 15 minutes.
Sure.
But yeah, it's that main event was just two bulls just running into each other over. It was just beefy boys slapping.
I was gonna say that.
It was everything I want out of wrestling, but with robots.
Kelly loves his beefy boys.
I love my beefy boys.
No, BattleBots is not on Hulu.
It is not on the Hulu. Bummer.
Maybe it's on Netflix. Excuse me.
I'm surprised because I know they had a big thing about Shark Week on
Let's tell everyone exactly
Hulu
how we
the other
feel
day.
about the same
Shut
time.
up, Netflix.
Okay?
So aggro.
Well, it started playing audio.
Did you guys see that jump scare ad on YouTube?
I did not. I saw that they've removed it since.
Like, I'm glad I knew what it was going into it, because I'd read the article. Because, like, last night I was watching YouTube, and that fucking ad was popping up with nearly every video I watched.
What is it now?
So it's an ad for the movie The Nun that's coming up.
Okay.
And the ad was, initially it just looked like, it was like a black screen, and then, like, you know how when you turn down the volume on your phone, there's the little thing that shows up in the center of the phone showing you're turning down the volume?
Sure.
So that happens, and then a scary nun face pops up. And then it goes, The Nun. And that was it. And it wasn't like an ad you could skip through. You just had to sit there and watch it.
Oh.
You remember
So,
when
like,
that was a thing?
I had read the article about it, so I knew exactly what was going to happen, so it didn't get me. But I would have been very upset if I hadn't known.
You remember back in the day when they had Reagan from The Exorcist, and that was a bit they would do on the internet where you'd...
Oh, the fucking, the maze that you would go through.
Yeah,
I remember that.
Someone would
Hated
tell,
that
hey,
fucking
play this
thing.
maze. And then,
Fucking the internet's always been full of dicks, guys.
What's that thing for Carrie? Where they rigged like a coffee shop?
yeah.
Was that for Carrie?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was.
Okay.
Where it was all hidden cameras in a coffee shop, and they made it look like she was telekinetically moving
I
shit.
saw that bit, but I didn't know it was a thing for Carrie. Like,
Yeah.
I remember thinking, wow, this is awesome, and if I was there, I would shit my pants. But yeah. What's going on with you, Jose?
Took off for the weekend, last vacation travel of the year for me and the lady. Friend's birthday, so he usually gets a place on the beach in Panama City where he grew up every year. So we got invited out to that. We went and stayed on the beach, boy. I'll talk about this. I don't know how to swim. Well, okay, I can swim. Drop me in the pool, I'll make it from one end to the other. I don't tread water well. I don't do well when water goes above my head.
Hey.
I don't
Freaking
handle
fire.
it well.
Yeah, I'm not a swim boy.
No.
Now-
not at all.
With that being said, went jet skiing out in the ocean for the first time. Tipped my jet ski in the ocean and fell off for the first time. But
And you're
did
not
let
still
go of the
crying?
GoPro. What happened?
I would still be crying if I fell off a jet ski in the ocean.
No, it was all right. I was getting fancy. I was stopped and shooting everybody with the GoPro as they whizzed by. And I leaned down to catch a low angle, getting all fancy and pretty with it. Caught a wave under me that just tipped it right.
Well, wait, look at you go. Fucking accepting responsibility for your actions. I'm impressed.
And then just...
It's
But
like
didn't die. We still had an hour left of the rental, so said, fuck it. Let's go.
Get
And
back
it's
on.
pretty fucking cool once you get over the fact that you're in the ocean, and if you fall off, there is no bottom.
Yeah, but you've got a life jacket on, right?
Yeah, that don't mean shit. I mean, it did. It saved my life, so it worked. And So it has like a fail switch connected to your life jacket. That's connected.
That if you fall off, it cuts the engine, right?
Right, but it wouldn't. It wouldn't. Everyone's like, cut the engine off, pull the cord. And I'm like, I'm fucking pulling the shit out of the cord. It's not going. But I think it's meant for if it was driving away from you, then it'll pull. I just was too close, yanking at the wrong. The dangle was wrong.
Been there. And we have we got our cruise coming up in 17 days. We're excited about it.
Wow.
And we were talking about it over the weekend because it's coming. It's happening. And kind of the couple of little excursion things that we're doing, and like all the stuff that Nicole wishes we were doing, but since I'm a bitch, we're not gonna do because I'm a sane person. And how she's like, you know what? One of these days, when he gets bigger, like Jax will be my little daredevil. Okay, he sure the fuck will because he doesn't care. Like, he's a psychopath. Like I'm not doing this way. Are you familiar with what a snooba walk is?
A snooba?
No.
Is that where it's kind of like a diving bell?
They put like a diving bell thing on your head, and like you walk downstairs, and, like you basically walk on the bottom of the ocean or the fuck you're at.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what if I like stumble and trip and like my head comes out of the thing? I'll die.
Yeah, but it's not that deep.
No, it's like the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah, but
They take you down to the Marianas Trench.
Yeah. Lowest spot on Earth. Yeah, I don't want to do that. I don't want that at all. That's terrifying. Sign Jack's up for 3. I don't want to do 1. And I'm not. And then, you know what? I'm not sorry about it. I don't want to do it at all. Fuck you and your water sports. So I feel you, Jose. But I think I might jet ski.
It's pretty cool. But if you go, you got to be careful going diagonal, left and right, because that's when you catch the wave sideways and you like rot. You might tip if you go too fast and you catch a wave that way. Okay. If you want to jump waves, head out to the ocean because the waves are coming that way, and then you fucking hit air. But once you get, apparently they go like 60. They were going 60 and just
Jesus
fucking
Christ.
flooring it. And they did one of those where we all stop in the middle, and then he's like, "Oh, that's the state park. This is this. You guys want to go there? Yeah, cool." Peel out, fucking water all over us. Dicks. I took it up to 37.
Jeez,
which I
Grandma
feel was pretty fast for almost dying and just being out, not in my element.
Well, I'm really proud of you because I would not have handled that well.
I was
man.
surprisingly calm for about to die, falling off a jet ski in the middle of the ocean.
You're like, I was a big boy.
I mean, about to die.
Pretty smooth. And again, but I gripped the GoPro so hard when I fell, I fucking turned the record off because I guess that's where my hand was. And then when I finally got back on, when I put my hand up, I guess I hit record. So I missed the death. You just see where like it kind of looks like he's about to fall, and then me getting up. Didn't lose it.
Nicole is very excited to use our GoPro on the cruise, so she may be reaching out to you for tips, Jose.
Got to take the drone out over the ocean. That was pretty cool too. And I fucking buzzed some birds. Got him.
Okay, look at you, all outdoorsy.
Hot as fuck. But I'm back. 3 weeks home. Suck it, road.
I like it. So, without any further ado, let's get into this week's top 6, which is probably one of the harder ones we've ever done. Like I had a tough time with this one. This one was sent in by Zero, who hit us up on the old mailbag.
Come on, Stimpy.
Look at all this fan mail.
I was ready too.
He wrote in to PopCast@PanelsOnPages.com. And this was the scenario as it was posited to us. He says, you're evacuating your house due to an emergency. Pets, family mementos, etc. are all out and safe. What 6 toys / collectibles do you take with you, knowing you very well might lose all the rest? That's real tough. Yeah. You find a picture of the Snoopa thing. Yeah, I don't want to do that. Fuck that. Fuck that. Nice. No.
And that's at Discovery Cove. It's one of the SeaWorld parks here in Orlando where you can swim with dolphins and shit. So
it's just like you're down in the trench and all of a sudden you look up and here comes James Cameron in his little scuba thing. And he's just like, go fucking make a movie. And he's like, I love the ocean.
Yeah, there's probably 10 feet of water above their head there.
It looks like a nightmare world. I think it's 700 feet.
100 feet?
Yeah, I think it's 700 feet. Like, you've never been lower.
Oof.
I think the kaiju are about to start coming out of the water behind them.
You know, that might I'd shit my pants. I'd throw up in that. That'd be the worst.
Yeah, because it is
throw
kind
up
of
in that helmet.
It is kind of fisheye.
No. What is he saying?
Hard fucking no.
Yeah.
No way.
Like, I would... I still want to shoot from a helicopter. Shoot a city from a helicopter. I'm borderline debating on whether or not jumping out of an airplane.
Nicole did that a couple times. She's skydived a couple times.
She dig it? Is she a junkie? She needs that adrenaline?
She loved it. She did it the second time. And then we were having very serious talks about, like, you know, she was going to do the whole, like, get certified to do it alone because you got to go tandem for the first couple times.
You need like a certain amount of hours, certain amount of jumps or something.
Something like that, yeah. And there's like a class, and it's kind of expensive to take the course, but once you have it, you can go jump for like $30 at this particular place we're talking about. You know, and this is back in the day we were dirt ass broke, but it was like, hey. It means a lot to you. We'll make it work. We'll do it because you really fucking love it. And then as we're kind of putting these plans together, the dude who she had jumped with last, and they called him Poochie or some shit like that, some weird name like that.
Oh, Poochie went back to his home planet?
Yeah. He broke both of his legs on a landing.
Oh, Poochie.
Again. This was not the first time he'd broken both of his legs. And so she's like, maybe we don't do this.
Well, yeah, because if you don't fucking hit that landing, that Earth don't give, motherfucker.
Gotta tuck and roll, Grandma.
Yeah, it was fucking nuts.
You lose that battle, folks.
They should do it like in Demolition Man. Like when you land, it's just foam. Just whoosh.
So Zero writes in. His list is number 6. The Nemesis Megazord. He got it at San Diego last week. So it still has that new toy appeal. Plus, as time goes by, it'll become harder and harder to replace. Number 5, the G1 Scorponok. It was a holy grail for me as a child. I bought a complete one back when I was in my late teens, and it's still in great condition. Number 4, his custom-painted Unite Warriors Devastator. Putting aside the cost to replace a Unite Warriors Devastator with the add-on kits, I spent a lot of time painting on the small details and making him look all dirty / muddied up. Number 3, the Soul of Chogokin Voltron. It now goes for upwards of $800 on eBay.
Jeez.
Probably making it the most expensive toy for me to replace. Wow, that's nuts. Good for you. Number 2, the 2012 Ninja Turtles Sewer Layer playset. This is cheating because my sewer layer has all my custom painted turtles on it, so I'll grab the whole playset and everything on it.
Cheating, you know, there's no rules. Come on.
Exactly. And then number 1, his 13-inch tall Godzilla that was given to him as a child when he was around 4, making it the single toy I've had the longest.
Aww.
And yeah, it's like that kind of generic-y big plastic Godzilla that I think we all had at some point. Like, I know I certainly had one that was like it, but like the head was different enough the way it wasn't Godzilla, but I think it was like some weird bootleg because the body. I'm looking at the picture you sent, and the body of mine looked exactly like this. but the
Probably
head was
the
different.
same
It had like
one
some weird
that,
red detailing on the chest, but I totally had one like this.
Joey Gladstone had it in his little room on Full House.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, that guy. Yep. Yeah, solid list. Solid list. And we got a few responses on Twitter too.
Mhm.
A lot of them talking about just how tough this is to do. Which I totally appreciate. What you got, Kelly?
I had a lot of trouble coming up with the list just purely because I don't have a whole lot of things that I can't fairly easily replace.
Hey, Kelly's very pragmatic about this.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I was looking at stuff, I'm like, man, I really like that, and I like that. And I'm like, I could get another one someday. So I had trouble.
There ain't no G1 tournament.
Yeah, it's not life things. I don't know. So I had trouble coming up with my 6. So number 6 is my Switch, because that's, I don't know, it's just
that's cool.
Nice to be able to play video games on that on the go when my house is burnt down. That's cool.
And I think it counts as a collectible.
Oh,
People collect video games. People collect video game systems.
Yeah. Number 5, a bunch of my Ring of Honor DVDs from like 2006, 2007, because they fucking still don't know how to use their streaming service. So a bunch of them shits ain't up there yet. In fact, all of them aren't. And that's my favorite era of that company, and those DVDs are hard to find. So I'd take those for sure. Number 4, my Fist of the North Star volumes, because those shits are way out of print.
Really?
Oh, yeah. No one has the rights to them currently, as far as I know.
That's such a ubiquitous kind of property. I thought that'd be one of those things that was always in print, like Dragon Ball or something.
I mean, all of it hasn't even been printed in English. Like, there's still a good chunk of the series that's never been printed here.
No shit. Huh.
So initially, Viz put out a 4-volume collection of them. And then it was picked up later by some other company whose name escapes me, and they printed them like 9 volumes, all of them in color. I found volumes 4 through 9 of that at a half-price books, and they did not know what they had, so I bought them all for half price.
Suckers.
I spent like maybe $45-50 on like $300 some of Fist of the North Star books.
Whoa!
Yeah, because they were stupid expensive.
Damn.
And so yeah, those I definitely grabbed because I'd have a hell of a time finding them again. Number 3, I buy a lot of small print run wrestling shirts, just cause. That's the new thing I like to collect. I like to have these weird shirts that no one else does.
I gotcha.
One definitely that I would have to grab is my Tony Schiavone shirt. That is one of 30 in existence, and I fucking love 30? That shirt. Yes.
Wow.
The guy who made it was like, hey, I want this shirt, so I'm making it. He's like, I'm keeping 5 of them for myself. I'm putting up the other 25 for sale.
That's a low run.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so I love that shirt, and I would definitely grab that. Number 2 is the 25th issue of the Atomic Elbow. That is actually, oddly enough, the dude that made that shirt, the Tony Schiavone shirt, makes that wrestling zine. Oh, and that is the first time that anything I've written has been in actual print.
Aww.
So I would definitely grab that. Because, I'm sure I could just have him print me off a new one if anything happened. But I'd like that first print,
Yeah, for sure.
And then finally, number 1. It is a ticket to the 2010 Dragon Gate USA show that was in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Way of the Ronin 2010. That show is probably still the best wrestling show I've ever been to, just because of how crazy it all was, to where we were standing outside the venue for a long time before the show started, because supposedly the night before, the dude who was supposed to bring the ring got jumped and was in the hospital. So they were maybe working the show without a ring. So everyone, all the wrestlers were scrambling with any local connections they had to get a ring to the show. Eventually, like an hour late, a ring truck pulls up in front of the venue. All these Japanese wrestlers just pour out of the venue to grab chunks of the ring and bring it in and set it up. So finally, and also, mind you, this is the booker. The booker's going through and talking to all of us, keeping us all updated, looking stressed as hell. It's also his birthday. So then eventually they finally open the doors and the show goes on. This show features Bryan Danielson, to this date, his last indie match. That's where cool. He wrestled Jon Moxley, who later went on to become Dean Ambrose.
Wow.
At the time, also, Danielson was the current reigning WWE US champion, because the match was booked in that weird time when he was fired for choking Justin Roberts with his tie. And so after they brought him back, they just let him finish out in the indie dates he'd booked. So yeah, this was his last booking, and he and Moxley had this crazy brawl all around the venue, like Danielson bladed. It was an awesome match. I love that match. It's one of my favorite matches ever.
Hell of a story, Kelly.
Yeah, and then it's followed up by... So Dragon Gate has their traditional 6-man tag matches that they're kind of well known for in the US. Like at WrestleMania weekend, and I believe 2006, the Dragon Gate guys showed up, did their 6-man tag, and blew everyone's minds. Like it was just a level of wrestling that people hadn't seen in the US. These guys are just so fast in how they work. And so all 6 of these guys just go out there and just go nuts because they knew they had to. We had waited for so long for the show to start, and they knew it was a special show. And it's amazing. Like, I don't know. I've went back and watched it on tape. It's not as good as I remember. But, like, for the last 5 minutes, the entire crowd was on their feet, just going nuts. Like, it's one of the best live wrestling experiences I've ever had. It really reminded me of it was like the Matt Riddle Will Ospreay match from that we saw WrestleMania weekend, where just everyone is going nuts for the whole thing. And so, yeah, like after the match, a bunch of the wrestlers were just hanging out, thanking everyone for showing up. So I have my ticket, which is signed by both Dragon Gate wrestler Naruki Doi and Bryan Danielson.
Wow.
Making it one of the weirdest wrestling artifacts probably around.
Nice.
But yeah, so that is easily the top thing I would grab.
That's awesome.
That's fucking great.
In the chat, they are asking what that Schiavone t-shirt looks like. So you should...
Have you not seen it?
Well, they're asking in the chat, so I don't want to...
Are they? Okay.
So,
see, this is...
Oh, yeah, we've seen that shit in person.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
See if you can find a link to it, and I'll link it in the chat.
Will do.
It's fucking cool. So, let's see, Tito hit us up on the Twitters. He says, number 6, his Darth Vader lightsaber.
Love it.
Number 5, Tom Seaver autographed baseball. Number 4, a 1986 World Series Game 6 photo with Bill Buckner and Mookie Wilson autographs.
Bill
Plenty of those words mean in that order. Number 3, his art portfolio with original commissioned art. Makes sense. Number 2, first sketchbook. Number 1, current sketchbook. Which,
solid.
Having seen Tito's sketchbooks in person, that all makes a lot of sense.
Great choice.
Yeah.
I'm surprised his Marvel book with all the signatures on it isn't part of that.
Which one's that? I don't recall.
It's not a sketchbook, but it's like a history of Marvel or some shit like that. And
I think, yeah.
He's got a shit ton of Marvel creators that signed it, including Stan the Man.
Who they say
R.I.P.
He's done with signings. We'll see.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so they say. So they say.
Did he say that when Rob Liefeld was hanging out with him, Weekend at Bernie's in him?
This is a relatively new development, so we'll see.
Please, for the love of God,
what?
Stop.
What?
Doing conventions. I'm talking about Stan Lee.
Oh, they said they're talking to me. Like, what the fuck I do?
No.
Yeah,
it's not about you, Lee.
Sorry. Mahoney writes in on the Twitter and sends in 6 rock solid Mahoney original memes. Including number 1, the Knize, I'm the Navy.
That's a good one.
I feel real honored to be number 1. But yeah, he's got Can't Stay, Am Tupac Now, Just Had Sex with Your Mom, Did Someone Say Fingering Cats, He Fucking Blind. He Fucking Blind's one of my favorites. And then Kelly's friend with the dog on his junk laying in the bathroom floor.
The dog that he did not fuck to death.
Nope. Not him.
According to legend.
No lie, that's a real clean bathroom floor.
It really is. It looks almost like a stock photo.
It looks just like a stock photo. Every time I see it, I think it is a stock photo until I remember the story.
Like, it's not a real person.
So I had a tough time with this because I got a lot of bullshit. So I went like I was emotional with him a little bit. Honorable mention goes to my Ghostbuster Firehouse.
Nice.
Which I think might be the oldest thing in this room.
And that is your original Ghostbusters Firehouse?
Yep.
That's cool.
Yeah, it doesn't have the doors, it doesn't have the sign, but it's got the spinny pole thing. And the plastic is only somewhat yellowed on the front. I mean, every once in a while I'll check eBay to try to find a set of doors or something. Fucking good luck. Like, it's hard to do. Like I said, that's a good one. And then other honorable mention, I got pretty much a full run of those Palisades Invader Zim toys from back in the day. And they're super hard to find these days. And they look great, but I couldn't pick just one. So they all got to die. If they can't all come, they've all got to go. Sad as it is to say. So on to the list. Had a tough time because I've got dozens of Megazords and scores upon scores of these fucking robots. So we're going at a tie spot: Masterpiece Optimus and G1 Optimus. Couldn't pick one of the two. They got to come together. Because they just have to. They're the OG, and that Masterpiece Optimus might be my favorite toy of all time. It's fantastic. And then we're gonna go next up, the OG Ultra Zord, which is like 3 things in the one thing. Not only because it's the OG Ultra Zord, but because the Titanus and Dragon Zord were mine as a kid, and the Megazord actually was sent from Mahoney, so it's got the Mahoney angle on it as well. It's a special piece in the old collection. It's fantastic. And then we're going to do Fort Max, G1 Fort Max for a very similar reason. Kerouac sent me that. And I'm like, you could get like $500 for this, if you were to sell it. And he's like, yeah, no. I'd rather you have it than some dickhead on eBay. And I always really appreciated that. I'm definitely going to save it in the event of a fire. For sure. We're going to go the Maki Toys Green Giant, the third-party Devastator, because that is hands down the single most expensive thing I've ever bought for myself. That's one of those where I'm like, hey babe, I'm gonna get this, and she's like, no, the fuck you are. That's outrageous. And I'm like, fine, I'll sell shit and then I'll buy it. She's like, yeah, do that. That's fair. So I did that. And that bitch was like $370 when it came out, and I regret nothing. Because to this day, it's the best one. Like, every once in a while, I'm real hesitant to pay for these kind of, third-party premium items these days because they're making so much stuff now. Like, it was like back in the day, but okay, well, I'll pay a little extra money for character XY, whatever the fuck, because they're never going to make one in the real like main Transformer lines, and that's all bets are off these days, man. They're going deep with some of these characters, so like I can't imagine spending $100 on any one character these days, but they have yet to come close, any of these guys, to matching that Devastator for my money. It's fucking great. So that guy's coming. And then we're going to do the Marvel Legends Galactus Build-A-Figure.
Beautiful.
Oh, nice.
Because it's great. It was the first Build-A-Figure, and really kind of one of the best.
Yeah, people tend to feel that the Sentinel is the best, like, Toy Biz era
The Sentinel is
Build-A-Figure.
cool.
Sentinel's great, but Galactus is beautiful.
All the paint is that beautiful metallic paint. Like the Sentinel is awesome. It's very weathered and looks kind of gristly, man. But just
and it's got weird proportions too.
Yeah. But like the Galactus has got beautiful metallic paint. You know, it's got the square pupils, like painting the eyes, like even the skin tone, because back in the day, dude, like the Toy Biz figures, all of them had really cool paint jobs because like they would cast the head in blue, whatever the fuck, and then they would paint the face on. So like you actually have these nice painted values on the skin tones or whatever. So this thing's beautiful. Like it's one of the best. And so he's coming. And then last, I admit I was inspired by some of the stuff I saw on the Twitter machines. And so number one has to be, I have the original Page O panel artwork from Kristen Allen. She designed our mascot for us back in the day, and I have the first piece of artwork of her on the wall here, and so she's got to come with us.
That's great.
That's
you also
cool.
have the custom that Viet did.
Yep, she's on my desk right here. Yep, I'm taking a couple of those things. Yeah, so Paige is definitely coming, for sure. So yeah. What about you, Jose? What you got?
All right. Shout out. Only shout out to my calendar on a mentionable honor.
Oh, your calendar?
The one that Lee had the honor of photoshopping around my junk.
Fuck yeah. The calendar.
We were just talking about that the other night with your sister, Jose.
Oh, look at it. It's in the air. What did you guys say?
Oh, well, Mary had talked on the phone with her mom that day, and we were just talking about Mary's mom and how she found Mary's copy of that calendar after Mary moved out.
So the
like,
potential
that boy needs to
new
put some
listeners,
clothes
let's
on.
describe the calendar.
Was that?
So for the new listener, describe the calendar.
Well, it was what? Poptoberfest? Something?
Yeah. Poptoberfest OG.
OG.
We decided
and
to run around the
was
house.
taking Rancor pictures.
Yep.
So I recreated the Burt Reynolds with the Rancor.
That was a Burt Reynolds weekend. And not full on Burt Reynolds.
Pretty damn close. And in the calendar, it's the full on Burt Reynolds.
Yeah, it's a fucking one year calendar. I mean, come on, it's the shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely a solid value for your money.
Yeah, one of the greatest things he ever did.
Yeah.
I peeped.
A plus, Jose. Great choice.
So I'm gonna come in at number 6, my sock drawer.
The
I'm
man
not
loves
picking
his socks.
one, so I'm grabbing them all. I got some good ones. I got ones that I found. I got some that are gifts. This guy got me some sweet Macho Man ones.
Yeah.
So I don't want to have to choose.
And you collect them, so
And that's my thing. Yeah, I collect them. I picked up some sweet Cheech and Chong ones in Vegas. I'm on the hunt for some roulette ones. So if y'all see that, hit a brother up. I just picked up a pair that's fucking Chuck Norris, Steven Seagal, and Jean-Claude Van Damme on them.
oh,
Fuck out of here.
That's a pretty fucking rad sock.
that's your
Exactly.
number 6 80s action movie.
Yeah. So I'm taking the drawer I'm not picking. I'm taking the drawer, goddammit.
Or just make one ball of socks. You know, like a rubber band ball, kind of.
That'd be a big ass ball. I actually have to look through my socks. I need to declutter because I can only wear so many.
Right.
So now it's time to cycle out the old for the new.
You only have so many feet.
So many feet in the days.
Or you got to start doing that thing where you change socks midday.
Oh, 2 a day.
I've heard
I need a
good
daytime
way-
and a nighttime sock.
It refreshes you. Something as simple as changing your socks if you're on your feet all day can do
I can
wonders.
get behind that. I got enough to do it. Fuck it, right?
Yeah.
So coming in at number, I don't know, whatever I'm on. I too had troubles with my list, but for different reasons than Kelly. All my shit's been in storage for years. I don't remember what the fuck I own. So I'm just winging off the cuff and picking some things that maybe a little more recent. So I just picked up this monkey head bottle of liquor that's pretty badass. And I want to collect 2 more. It's got like a the eyes and the noses are stitched together.
Sure.
It's pretty cool. So I'm going for 2 more. Make a hear no evil, see no evil. Speak no evil. And I don't know, monkeys are my thing. Chinese Zodiac, I'm a monkey. So.
Hey, me too.
Monkeys and socks.
Oh. It's nice.
Is it Deadhead?
Yes, Deadhead.
That's kind of cool.
It's Deadhead is the
liquor.
the maker, I believe.
It's a chocolate.
Yes.
Rum?
Oh, it's like a fucking chocolate rum, and it is amazing. Like, I didn't think chocolate rum would be my thing, but try chocolate rum. Try the chocolate rum mixed with Dr. Pepper.
Yes. Okay.
That is a
Yeah,
very
yes,
specific flavor
yes,
combination.
yes.
Amazing.
Yes.
Dude,
yes.
that bottle looks incredible.
Yeah. It's badass. And then they have
That's
one
fucking
that's like a
cool.
shrunken head. There's a monkey one, and then there's a shrunken head. And I think the shrunken head might be tequila, possibly.
That's fucking cool.
That's cool.
So that's one of my cool things. So I'm gonna keep that. That's my baby. After that, I'm gonna take my lanyard that has all my conventions we've
Solid.
shot over the years. So I've retired one of my koi fish lanyards. Luckily, I found one. I loved it. It was getting kind of weary. Found it again at Home Depot, and I haven't seen it since. So, gonna have to retire that one eventually too. But that's got all of them there, so that's like years of just press passes, staff badges,
Solid.
all and everything we've shot that's been given a pass for. Number 3, the chess set that I own that me and my dad play on. I'm gonna keep that, and I'll have them together. So I'm taking both games at the same time. I got 2 hands. I can do it.
You can do the fuck you want to, Jose.
Twixt. It's a game from my childhood. It's like a fold-out board, and you got to build a bridge from. It's a square board, so left to right is black, up to down is red. Red has
What's it
to
called?
make a bridge from his side to the other side of the red, while stopping black from doing the same. And you place pegs, and then you drop like a little connector to them. So I'm taking those 2. Number 2, because they'll be together again. fucking our show, our rules. I'm taking the signed jail bar crow statue and graphic novel that he signed.
I was glad
was
you
good
remembered that because I was gonna make sure you remembered that.
I remember that one. And then number 1, the motherfucking PoP Fantasy Football Championship belt. Sure, I'm walking out of the flames holding that motherfucking shoulder, shining that bitch up. And you know what? My house might have burnt down. I'm not gonna let it stop me from playing this season. Let's fucking go.
We don't need no water.
Fuck that.
Jose, if you check our Popcast message, I just linked to Amazon where they have your koi lanyard for $5.99.
What?
I'm pretty sure that's the one.
Yeah, no, that is. Holy shit.
Get like 10.
I'll fucking be coied out for life. And now we got that Amazon Prime. What?
Oh, yeah. The 11th hour now has Amazon Prime.
Nice.
Isn't that Van Damme show on Amazon Prime?
Yes.
Yes, and it's great.
Fucking do it.
Yeah, I was really bummed out that didn't come back for a second season.
It didn't?
No, I didn't get renewed. But it's also like, it doesn't have to. Like, it for what it is, it could be that thing.
Good enough for one season?
Yeah, for sure. It's good.
Nice.
They've also got that that Dojo Pro on there. That's not great.
No.
You watched it, huh?
We watched a couple episodes. Well, I'll tell you right. We watched one episode. Goat and I did. It's just... So none of you guys have seen it?
No, I never got around to watching it.
I was into it, and then I saw that apparently one of the dudes that runs it is anti-gay.
Yeah, like I don't want to like go on the fuck, it's our show. Tangent if we want to, but like no
rules.
For starters, it's got like they do like these like backstage interview things that look like it looks like before like a UFC fight. You know, it's like the gym equipment in the background or whatever, you know. And so it's got like this big scary wrestler looking dude, all the tattoos. And he's like, "Yeah, I'm from a traditional home in San Francisco." I'm like, "No, don't fucking talk to me like that. Talk to me as the fucking scary wrestler guy. Don't talk to me like that. That's dumb." But then the room that they shoot it in, there's maybe 50 people in it. Like, and that's by design. It's just the small. It's like the ring, and then 2 standing rows on 2 sides of the ring.
Because they've got a stacked roster, so it's it's not for lack of talent.
No, but that's just how big the room is as full as it's gonna get. Like, it's not like the people aren't there. That's just the size of the room. It's like it's not in a venue. It's not like a soundstage or something. And like you can hear individual like comments from people
that's
in
never
the
good.
crowd. Like
Becky.
it all feels so small. Like really bad presentation. Real bad. So, yeah. But hey, lots of other good stuff on Amazon Prime too. Oh shit, Jose, the Kamen Rider Amazons is on Amazon Prime now. Yeah.
Yeah, you should watch that.
Watch some guys fucking kill dudes in monster suits. That's a fun time.
Well, because we watched the first episode together.
Yeah, and that was a damn good time.
But it's nice. Okay, Japan shit, baby.
That's good. That is some A+ Japan shit right there.
I like that Deadhead rum bottle. It's
the tall one.
Yeah, the shrunken head.
And here, this fucking, it's cheaper than what I got it for in the liquor store. So
I like it.
I will be ordering 2 more of these monkey heads.
Because, like, if you grab this bottle of this shrunken head, it looks like you're just holding up a shrunken head by its hair.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. And then drinking out the brain juice.
That's pretty dope.
So, to the Twitters?
That's your whole list, or something else?
The what?
That's your whole list?
Yeah, that's my 6.
Nice.
Okay, I lost count somewhere. Awesome. Let's see. Kristen Allen writes in. She says number 6. And she included pictures, too, which I kind of love.
Yes.
Love that. She says her Mickey ear collection, because she's a big Disney buff. her Doug Sneed sketch. I forgot all about that until she mentioned it. That was a big day. I'm glad to be able to be here for that too.
Doug Sneed, who did the
shit.
cartoons, the Playboy cartoons, and he was at the first C2E2, and we got on video Doug Sneed doing the sketch of Kristen in his art book.
Yeah, very, very cool. Very cool.
And because of this discussion, Kristen gave me the idea for a future top 6, which would be top 6 con moments.
Ooh. I like that. I like that a lot.
Some of this shit out though.
I'm gonna write that down. That's a good one.
Thanks. But
That's a really good one. I like that. Okay. Number 4, she's her Robert Englund, Meg Foster, and Julie Newmar autographs. Solid choice.
Cool.
Number 3, she has some She-Ra cells, which is
that's cool.
very cool. Very cool.
Which were Christmas gifts from her dad.
Yeah.
I like that she also gives sentimental reasoning behind some of her picks.
Yeah. And then a Katie Cook sketch, which was a gift from Greg. Godzilla in Love, so it's a little Godzilla like with a heart over his head looking at a building, which is kind of adorable.
Yeah, which kind of looks like Willis Tower a little bit.
Yeah. And then number 1, she has a Michael Turner sketch. Looks like an aspen.
Oh, wow.
Which she did get that at a store signing on her 16th birthday. You know, so that's priceless for a number of reasons.
Yeah.
Very fucking
Super
cool.
cool.
Very cool. Juan writes in, he says, number 6, a Josie and the Pussycats movie prop CD case. Motherfucker loves Josie and the Pussycats. Loves it. Number 5 is external hard drive, which, all right, I guess.
Juan didn't listen to the prompt very well, because look at number 4.
Okay. Yeah, because also number 4 is Rocket, his cat, which we've already discussed. Pets are already out during this. We're good.
All your pets are fine.
he just wanted to double check. Maybe he don't trust our rules and thought that we forgot about
It was not a rule. It was a prompt.
Don't do rules, Jose. Number 3, he has a copy of Marvel's number 1 with original Alex Ross sketch in it, which is fucking great.
Rad.
Number 2, his first sketchbook. And number 1, portfolio with prints and original comic pages. Also, excellent choice. Very cool.
Never got to start a sketchbook.
I have a couple empty ones.
Zoe's
That
got some
zombie
pretty cool
head bottle's cool too.
Yeah, you see, that whole site has some cool shit. They had like zombie fucking
And for $21, that's a
Ice
great deal.
trade. The store had some cool shit.
Let's
Take
start
us
a
home, Knize.
bar.
What you got?
You said me?
Yep, what you got?
All right. My number 6 is sitting right here. Give me just 1 second. Picked up this Infinity Gauntlet in New Orleans during WrestleMania weekend.
Fuck yeah, you did.
I know it's, pretty new to my collection.
That don't matter.
But holy shit, if this thing isn't amazing. Love it. Lights, sounds,
I've never
articulated
seen
fingers.
one since then.
I've seen a lot of people picking
Who
them up.
found it? Who found it?
Jose found it. He says, check this shit out. As I have a handful of towels. Number 5 is my Art of the Lion King book, which has
All right.
this sweet felt slipcase. My grandmother bought it for me at Disney for my birthday present the year that Lion King came out, so 1994, and it's signed by the producers. So
That's cool.
super
That's really
sentimental.
cool.
I love Lion King, and it's a gift from my grandmother who is no longer with us.
Very cool.
Number 4, my box set of the classic X-Men from Toy Biz. They're not great action figures. The box is really beat up at this point. but it is the first thing I ever purchased with my first ever paycheck.
Oh, that one that's got the Velcro flap you open up and you can see them all inside of it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My Iceman even has 2 left hands. Like, they're trash. But super sentimental. They've always been with me. Number 3, with a bullet, my NECA movie turtles and diorama, because when I purchased that, it was one item for $250, so it counts as one.
That counts.
That is my reasoning behind that. I'm taking the box with me too, because goddamn.
Nicole was like, "That is so much for fucking turtles." I go, "Yeah, but that's the last turtles you ever have to buy."
Yeah. Yep.
Like,
and
once
I was
you have
thinking,
those, you don't need any more.
I was thinking about this the other day. Mary had pre-ordered me that quarter scale Donatello a few years back, and it got back ordered like 9 times to the point where I was like, just cancel it. So that was $110 that went back
For
into
a
the
turtle,
coffers.
right?
Yeah. That, now has realized itself as this full set of beautiful, just amazing.
Yeah. It went down the way it was meant to go down.
I never mentioned that some of the hands are hard plastic and some of them are rubberized, so it's easier to get accessories and shit into their hands.
Awesome.
Yeah, they're great. You guys, come over.
I'm gonna.
Let's play
Here's
Ninja
the movie with
Turtles.
them.
Number 2, I feel like it's a one-of-a-kind thing, but the Roxy the Rancor tooth that Mary and I won because of our engagement picture. The folks behind Roxy the Rancor carved this wooden stand and wood burned a logo in it and then made this tooth, and it's fucking beautiful. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It was at our wedding.
Yeah, that thing's super cool.
And I love it. And then number 1, my Rancor. One of the oldest toys that I own. Like, I've got so many toys from my childhood, but if I'm going to pick one, it's the Rancor. Like, my mom has shown me like workbook pages I filled out when I was a kid. Like, what is your favorite toy? What do you want for Christmas? Rancor. Like, I didn't know what the fuck a Rancor was. I just knew I wanted it, and it was awesome. And that thing has traveled the country, and
Yeah, it's got some miles on it.
it has seen some shit too. So yeah. And then I got some honorable mentions. I've got 2 different Blues Brothers posters signed by John Landis.
That's cool.
I've got I hate to say it, it's not making it out, but honorable mention, Vigo.
Oh yeah, Vigo.
That's a
Yeah,
tough
Vigo.
one. That's a tough one to try and drag out in the middle of a fire.
I'll come get it. We fucking took down a goddamn X-Men poster.
That's
I wish
true.
that was fucking on one of the lists. I don't know where the fuck that went.
That thing's long gone. Well, I'll give you a call when the house is on fire. One of our first Valentine's Day, Mary got me the black and white Lee Bermejo Joker statue.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Which is one of my favorite Joker things I've got. She also got me this huge print on canvas of Heath Ledger as the Joker, and it looks like it's all charcoal sketched. One of the first gifts she ever got me. And then I remembered it as we were talking at the beginning of the show. I've got my Mick Foley Have a Nice Day book signed by Mick Foley. But not making it out in the fire, but honorable mention. Maybe in a
That's good
flood.
stuff, man. I like it. Solid list, everybody.
Well, we got a few more on Twitter.
Do we? We got.
Yeah.
I missed them.
I'll give you an update once I get all my shit out of storage.
Sure. Kenny did one.
Okay.
His number 1 is Marvel Legends Black Panther figure.
Nice.
Number 2 is his Young Bucks pop. It's the first time pops have made an appearance in this top 6. Number 3, first American appearance Doctor Who comic.
Oh, that's cool.
That's
Number
cool.
4, Winston Zedmore Ghostbusters Select. Oh,
Nice.
When Lee was talking about his Ghostbusters Firehouse, I was Googling some Ghostbusters shit. And some of those most recent Ghostbusters Diamond Select figures are beautiful.
Yeah.
Number
I
5,
think the cartoon ones are really cool too.
his New Day Pops. And number 6, double-covered Batman Inc. issue number 3.
Solid choice. I like it.
And then I think we got one more. Donnie writes in. Number 1, Steve Dillon, Jesse Custer sketch.
Oh shit!
And
Wow.
Steve
That's
Dillon is
fucking
passed,
cool.
right? That's
Wow,
a big
yeah.
deal. Number 2, a Daredevil 181 copy from Frank Miller's personal collection signed by him.
Jesus.
Jesus.
He has a Joker sketchbook at number 3. At number 4, a framed Crow Cat in the Hat commission by James O'Barr.
What?
Number 5, Fight Club hardcover signed to me by Chuck Palahniuk. Is that
Jesus
how you pronounce
Christ.
it?
Motherfucker.
Who is this fucking dude?
It's Donnie.
What up? Oh, Donnie. What up, Donnie?
And then number 6, a Gizmo toy he's had since he was 4.
Fucking A. That is impressive. Damn impressive.
We Hall Holmes.
Dude's got cool shit.
You all right, Donnie?
Donnie is the guy who has pictures with almost 1,000 wrestlers.
Okay, yeah. Fucking A. That's nuts. Good for him. That's crazy. Yeah. All right. So we got kind of a whole bunch we can pick from for the next one. So
Pick one at random.
yeah, let's pull this guy up. Let's see what we pull here. We got. So what's the next one? The next one is.
So we got a lot to choose from, but apparently they're not all that good.
Oh, this one, I don't know. This one seems like. Okay, so Zero wrote in. He said, "What about the first 6 mutants that you want to see in the MCU now that the Fox deal is done with Fox and Disney?"
I feel like we did this.
That's what I'm thinking. It sounds familiar.
Yeah, we did. Well,
It was
it's close
It
to
wasn't.
like the scroll thing, I guess.
It wasn't mutants. It was top 6 Marvel characters that have not debuted in the Marvel universe that you want to see.
Yeah.
And I think most of us had Wolverine on our list anyhow.
Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe that was not the best choice.
I feel like that's one we could just knock out right now.
Right, yeah. And then so let's do this one instead. This one's one that Ben hit us up with on Twitter. I thought
yes.
was really cool.
I remember this one.
So he writes, so this is gonna be top 6 comedians.
Now we
Which-
talking
Okay.
comedians or stand-up comedians?
Explain.
Well, like comedian can be Will Ferrell.
Will Ferrell?
Will Ferrell. I say Will. Jose always says Will Ferrell, and I questioned myself as I was saying it. It's like, don't get it wrong. Don't get it wrong. Don't get it wrong. Ah, fuck.
Got it wrong.
I'm gonna say stand-ups.
Okay, stand-up comedians.
I think stand-ups is a pretty good discussion.
Yeah.
So we'll do, so next week we'll do stand-ups.
We'll rank anything.
Yeah, we will rank anything. So by all means, keep them coming because
Top 6 mustards.
I can talk for a while.
About mustard?
Fucking mustard.
Really?
All
I
right.
like.
I'm not a
Well,
mustard guy. Like I
we'll
I
come
wouldn't
and-
be able to add anything.
Keep that as list 6B.
Number 1, honey.
Now number 1 is Plotchman's, son.
The fuck does that even mean?
I just Plotchman.
Plotchman's fucking mustard, dog.
Plotchmans.
Plotchmans.
Well, I meant tight.
As the bottle says, it is the mustard lover's mustard.
Not brands. Not top brands. Types.
Well, I mean, that's a type.
Sure.
No, but that's a brand. Yeah, but what kind of mustard is that? Is that a yellow? Is it a brown?
It's a yellow.
Spicy?
It's a yellow.
Is it corn?
Is it
Well,
Pitzmans?
the Plotchmans.
How do you spell it?
PLOCHMAN''S.
All right. I
The
threw
bottle
a Z
looks
in
like
there.
a barrel. A yellow
mean,
barrel with a little red nozzle on top.
That's what almost all mustard bottles look like.
It is some bomb ass mustard.
They've got a
Just saying.
Chicago Fire flavor.
I know about that. I mean, I'm the old school Plotchman's mustard, which Nicole turned us into a French's house years ago, and I've never quite forgiven her for it. Fuck out of here with some fucking French's.
This is America. Get
Fuck
that
outta
gray poop on out of here.
Ridiculous. Yeah. So we'll do a stand-up comics next
Yeah.
time. So hit us up on Twitter at Panels on Pages. Email us popcast@panelsonpages.com. Or voicemail us 616-951-1POP with one, your favorite comics, and or two suggestions for future sixes. Well,
Jose, top 6 comics that you met at Toy Fair. Number 1, Jeff Foxworthy.
You know what? He was really nice.
Our close personal friend, Jeff Foxworthy.
Swell dude.
That guy was nice. He
Good
did
man.
all right. Yes, let's talk comic books. Get the fuck out of here.
Oh, man.
The problem with comic books is the ink comes off on your hands. Every time you turn the page, you have to wash your hands.
So I was sitting on some stuff for a while because they had started that Unicron event at IDW, but like there was stuff continuity wise that hadn't happened yet. It was like the last couple Optimus Prime issues were a little behind or whatever. So I've been sitting on them. So I read a lot of Transformers comics over the weekend, and I am not mad at any of it. Because you had the new Optimus Prime, and then I had 3 Unicrons, and then a Lost Light. And god damn it, it's all great.
Unicron's been real good.
Unicron has been real cool. Like, and it occurred to me as I was kind of looking through some of these like little interviews in the back that I think the reason this shit has been so tight and so just expertly plotted is that from the very beginning of this whole thing, there haven't been that many people involved.
No.
Like, it's been a very small number of writers. Like, you know, the Furman era, and then like Shane McCarthy and John Roberts and Barber. Like, there haven't been that many people over like 13 years. It allowed them to really keep it tight and play the long game on some of this stuff, man. Like all the stuff with Alonia being a Cybertronian colony, I thought was fucking cool. Like, and it all, like, nothing that they're doing, crazy as it is, like, none of it is coming out of left field.
No, it all makes sense.
Like, there's a logic behind every single bit of it, which I really, really appreciate. And just, you know, Milne doing some of the best work of his career on this Unicron book. Like, the way he draws the Transformers' hands. You ever seen, like, with an outstretched hand?
Yeah.
Like, he draws them like as if they were fucking mechanized robot hands. Like, a lot of people will just take and just make a black hand, but he draws in like all the moving parts and make it a functioning hand, which is kind of nuts.
Yeah, it doesn't look like a gloved hand like pretty much everyone else draws them as.
Yeah, because, you know, I bet it's a whole lot fucking easier to do it that way.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
it's so crazy. But I mean, it's big character moments, big payoffs to stories that they've been telling for years and years and years. It's great. And then they do kind of a similar thing in More Than Meets the Eye. Megatron comes back, and they're bringing all this stuff to a head from the crazy Funkness universe and all this stuff, and just like Megatron's Tale of Redemption is one of the best I've ever read. and it's so sincere. Like, and nobody bought it, but it's so sincere. It's really, really well done. It's excellent. And again, they're paying off stuff that they did like 8 years ago. Like, it's kind of insane. Like, it's phenomenally well done. I love it. It's great. It's all good. Took up a lot of the time. I did check out Amazing Spider-Man #3, which I don't love it.
Yeah, I liked the first issue a lot, and then it's kind of gone from there.
Like, I even like the second one okay, but like I don't like this weird Spider-Man separated from Peter thing. Like,
yeah,
I mean, it's fine. It's like, it's incredibly temporary, and I see what they're trying to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I get it. I just don't like it very much. Not to say it's bad. I just don't care for it. Like,
yeah, no, I think I would have liked this as like a single issue story.
Right? Yeah, yeah. I just don't want this to. And like, it's so far, it's not really delivering on the promise of this is what happens when Peter roommates with Boomerang.
No, not at all.
Which was one thing that I was most excited about. Like, that's kind of a neat setup that they really haven't done a whole lot with. Looks really cool though.
Mm-hmm.
Liking that artwork. Liking that artwork a whole hell of a lot more than I'm liking the art in Renew Your Vows. Like, some of that shit.
I don't mind the art in that one.
It's just really, like, I don't know. Like, I don't like the coloring. It's really weirdly loose. But I guess if the point is to kind of evoke like 90s era Spider-Man, I guess maybe that's why it looks the way that it does.
I think that's exactly why it looks the way that it does. Some
of the especially like the Spiderling stuff in her costume, the figure work is weird.
Yeah, I mean, they do draw anytime the X-Men show up. They're drawn in their 90s costumes, which I love.
Wonderful. Like,
yes.
That's great. Like, so I get all that, but like the proportions on Annie especially are just weird. It's like a giant head and this itty bitty little body, and I don't know. I don't love it, but I like the story though. Like, this Mr. Sinister fucking with spider DNA. Like, he got so tired of fucking with mutants. He's like, yeah, we'll go for spider people next. Why not? Which is kind of great. And then the last thing I checked out for last week, 'cause I'm a little far behind, was a Catwoman, man. Catwoman 2 was real good.
That's a pretty book.
Real pretty book. Like, I've been a fan of Joelle Jones for a few years now. And these pages, like, they move, man. These fight scenes, like, they move. They're practically animated. They're so great. And I like the creepy faceless lady. I don't know what the fuck her story is, man. The governor's wife lady. Like, what the hell's wrong with her?
Yeah.
Like,
I don't really know what's going on there, but I'm intrigued.
What the hell is happening here? Like, I don't know what her master plan is, or whatever the fuck. I don't know. But I'm into it. This is really, really good. A+ work on this Catwoman book. And then that's all I got to talk about this week. What you got, Kelly?
I don't have much. The first issue of Howard Chaykin's new book, Hey Kids Comics, came out, and it's
What's that crazy motherfucker up to?
It's pretty much Mad Men for the comics industry. It's the secret history of comics with all the names and faces changed.
Really?
Yes, I am super... I've been wanting him to do this book ever since I read an interview with Matt Fraction when they were making Satellite Sam, and he said that Chaykin gave him a tour of New York and told him, I can show you where all the dicks got sucked.
Oh my god.
So it's a lot of that. One of the opening scenes is it's a guy and his wife at a premiere of their movie, and this dude walks up to him and goes, hey, how you doing? And he's like, oh, hey. And then like a police officer comes by. He's like, hey, this guy bothering you? He's like, no, it's all right. And he talks to him for a second. And the police officer leads him off. And the guy's wife is like, oh, isn't it nice? He knows who you are and all the work you done to make this movie happen and the characters. He's like, who was that? He goes, oh, he's the dude that made the character. It's like, I haven't seen him in years. So it's like, it's the dirty secrets of the comic industry, which I'm into it.
That's a very interesting thing. That's wild.
It's the most inside baseball comic you could have, really.
It sounds incredibly. So who puts that out?
Image.
Checks out.
Yeah, I liked it quite a bit, but you you need to
couldn't be
know
more
stuff.
for you.
Yeah, you need to know more stuff about the history of comics going in for it to really land, I think.
Weird.
And then outside of that, I've been plowing through more of this the Venture Brothers book. And goddamn, it's fucking awesome. If you like that show, you owe it to yourself to buy this art book.
Yeah, I think we get it.
Yeah, it's $40. And like I said, it's essentially just an oral history of the show, episode by episode.
I do not have that yet, but I did, based upon your recommendation, pick up that Alien Encounters in Angel Grove book.
Oh, that thing's cool.
That's super cool.
Yeah.
I like how the pictures are like all intentionally kind of shitty. They're like all they have the SD transfers to pull off of, and they're like, yeah, they're just old shitty file photos. I'm like, all right, that's clever.
Yeah, no, they did a good job with that. But yeah, definitely grab the Venture Brothers art book. Gorgeous book. The art all looks great, but really, I think the selling point for me is just Jackson Public and Doc Hammer talking about every episode.
Yeah, that sounds pretty fucking rad. I'm into it.
You guys been watching the new season?
I'm trying to I'm rewatching the last season now. So because again, it was so damn long ago, I legit needed a refresher course.
I think I need to start over the series in the beginning as I'm reading this book, because there's just so much I don't remember and so much where I'm like, oh man, I want to watch that again.
Yeah, I picked up from season 3 on a few weeks ago. I started watching it there because I've seen the first 2 seasons a whole bunch of times.
Yeah,
but it's so convoluted and well plotted, but it's just big. I wanted to catch up a little bit.
Yeah, I've only seen it maybe all the way through, maybe once, because I started with season 5.
Oh wow!
Well, because what I did was I just bought the first season on DVD, really liked it, and then bought seasons 2, 3, and 4, and maybe 5. I can't remember, all at once, and just binged through them on DVD.
Yeah, it's really really good. So I'm all like, I think the last one I just watched was the one where Monarch and 21 go out as the Blue Morpho and Kano for the first time. Like, that's so fucking dumb and wonderful. It's great.
I had totally forgotten the Blue Morpho was established in season 2.
They do. I get the same thing. I just watched a lot of the old ones. They plant. Those are the guys too. They do the long game, in a big way. So was Captain Sunshine. Captain Sunshine was seated in the finale for season 1.
That was Kevin Conroy,
nuts.
right?
That was the Conroy stuff. Yeah, when the Monarch's in jail, and the henchmen go to see him in jail. He's behind the glass. He says, and so to deliver the charred remains to Captain Sunshine, and then you don't see anything about him until one of the flashbacks. For one of the guild parties, he mentions how to this day he still thinks I'm invulnerable. Don't know who he's talking about. And then years later, when the Captain Sunshine episode comes up, he hates the Monarch and he makes comments about the fact that he knows he's invulnerable, but he's still gonna find some way to hurt him and all this shit. And it was, and granted, these are Venture Brothers seasons, so that means that was 7,000 years after the joke started.
Yeah, apparently they're not putting the new episodes up on Hulu, but they have all the way through season 6.
Yeah, they'll put it up on Hulu when the season's over.
I bet I could convince Mary to hop on Venture Brothers.
Oh, she would be all about that. Yeah. Yeah, that's an easy win for you. Go for it. I guarantee 100% success.
Yeah.
What you got going on, Knize?
Oh, I've got some stuff. I saved all the shit that I've been watching this week for Comic Talk.
Nice.
But, and I've got 3 different streaming services. I've got recommendations for if you have any of these streaming services.
All right.
Netflix has both Kill Bill Volume 1 and Volume 2, so I watched both of those this week. Probably my favorite Quentin Tarantino movies. Like Pulp
I
Fiction.
love those movies.
Pulp Fiction is a classic, but Kill Bill, both of those, 2 more than 1 are my favorites.
Yeah,
Phenomenal.
because it's got the Crazy 88 fight in 2, and it's
No,
that's in 1.
oh, is it? No shit.
2
Yeah, no,
I
one's
love.
my favorite because of that fight.
2
Oh, but
I love
2 has
because
the Lucy Liu fight, right?
no, that's 1.
That's one.
What happened in 2 then?
2 is
2 is the
when she
Western.
gets buried alive, and then has the trailer fight with Daryl Hannah,
Oh, okay. There we go.
and they show her training with Pai Mei,
Yes. Okay.
and then she kills Bill.
The 5-finger death punch.
Yep. On Hulu, we stumbled upon this documentary called Perfect Bid. And it's a story about this dude who has been in the audience of The Price is Right about 30 times.
What?
And he's got a little bit of a Beautiful Mind Rain Man shit when it comes to prices. He realized back in the day that they reuse items on the show, in the showcases and in the pricing games and stuff. So he was creating essentially spreadsheets with all these prices and memorizing them. And he would be in the audience.
Kind of love that.
He would be in the audience, and a prize would come up, and he'd yell from the audience the exact price.
That's awesome.
And then someone would listen to him eventually, and then they'd win, and they'd get up to go on stage, and Bob Barker acknowledged him a few times, and he made it up onto the stage at one point, and then it's not the best made documentary. Like, some of the audio is really shitty, like they've had to compress it after the fact, but the story is really interesting. And at one point, Mary and I were watching it, and it's like, yeah, this is like, I'm waiting for the salacious shit to happen. Like, this is kind of boring right here. And then the salacious shit happens, and it's like, yeah. So,
oh, no.
Did he ever get to be a contestant?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
He got to
Does
be
he,
a
like,
contestant.
jerk off in the crowd all the time or something?
What's funny is, like, he got to be a contestant, I think, in the 90s. And the rule back then was, once you're a contestant, you can't ever be a contestant again. So he would just go back and be in the audience knowing that he wouldn't get called down. He wasn't eligible. But then when they switched to Drew Carey, they got rid of that rule, and he was able to kind of participate again. He didn't get called up, but he kept running into situations where, like, in order to get on the show, you have to camp out the night before to get in. So
Well, that's the thing. Like, I feel like there's enough mooks that want to be on The Price is Right that you can have a one and done rule and never run out of mooks.
Right. So these people camp out overnight, and they start talking. They become friendly, and then, like, they form bonds. So if one of them gets pulled out of the crowd, they're all pulling for that person. So if you make friends with this one dude, you're in, because he fucking knows his shit. And I don't want to spoil it, because it gets real interesting towards the end. And yeah, check that out. And then the last thing, because the 11th hour got Amazon Prime, I loaded up Prime Video, and they've got Fleabag on there, which is the show from Phoebe Waller-Bridge, who played L3 in Solo. It's kind of the show that got her job as L3, and it's 6 30-minute episodes. So we watched the whole series in one night, and it's her kind of being a fucking just a hot mess chick with bad relationships, but she breaks the fourth wall and talks to the camera. It's super interesting, and I really enjoy her.
I never heard of that.
Yeah, it's called Fleabag on Amazon Prime Video. It is an exclusive there.
Okay, all right. What you got, Jose?
Watched almost a full season of comedians in cars get coffee.
Okay.
Goddamn fingernail stuck in my throat.
Oh God!
Why do you swallow them?
I'll live.
Tell my story.
The boy's got a problem.
He died doing what he loved, swallowing fingernails.
I wasn't swallowing; I was just chewing, and then it like.
You know what? I've been there, man. I know exactly how you feel.
I did that with some honey bunches of oats last week. Oh no, and I hurt my throat making fun of Jose.
Come up, son.
Yeah. Because I saw that Dave Chappelle was on. So I fucking watched that season and then just was rearranging the office, kept it going. Not bad. Kind of cool.
And this is Seinfeld's show, right?
Yeah, so it's Jerry Seinfeld.
It was a YouTube thing at first.
Yeah.
Right, but now it's like Netflix backed or something. Like they put some money into it to keep it going. So he picks a car that I guess he feels represents it. Represents that comedian. He picks
I didn't know
up a
that was part of
comedian,
it.
Takes him to get some coffee and run an errand of that celebrity's like choice. Like he just takes them to run an errand, but they're like, you know, fucking nuts, rich, Lamborghinis and fucking old time cars and fucking
Bentleys and
yeah, shit like that. So, it was just funny that most of the comedians that he picked up on this one season all happen to have Netflix specials or a show.
Oh man, isn't that a coincidence?
So I thought that was funny. But it was Dave Chappelle, Neil Brennan.
Love Neil Brennan.
Have you seen the Three Mics?
It's really good.
Yeah.
Neil Breen. That's a different show.
That's a very different show.
Neil. Who else? Kate McKinnon. He picks up fucking Jerry Lee Lewis.
Wow.
Picks up that old motherfucker.
Picked him up in a hearse.
He still has some wit to him. Check it out. If you like Seinfeld, it's a little, it's off the cuff. It's kind of fun. Little thing. Check it out. Other than that, just trying to figure out what do I need to catch up on.
Is Jerry Lee Lewis or is it Chuck Berry that liked to be pooped on?
Oh,
Chuck Berry's thing was that he took photos of chicks peeing without their knowledge.
Yeah, like he owned like a restaurant.
Yeah.
And he had a hidden camera in the bathroom.
So I don't know.
But he was the one that likes having chicks poop on him under a glass table.
That might be. I'm not saying he didn't, but that's not what I know him, his sexual proclivities. But
allegedly.
Well, he got busted for that. And I think he did some jail time for the hidden camera.
New York Post article. Chuck Berry was more than a rock icon. He was also a huge pervert.
I mean, yeah, right? So
I feel like that's something you can say for a lot of rock icons.
Isn't that what rock's based off?
Right.
Isn't all thing, when it really comes down to it, trying to get into someone's pants?
I mean, I know that's why I'm in data analysis.
Obviously.
I love that.
10 things you never knew about Chuck Berry.
Loves getting shit on under a glass table. Is that one of them?
I have not found that yet. I did find that he would video chicks peeing. I'm fine believing it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it checks out.
We'll go with it.
Yeah, I mean, I have literally no reason to not believe it. That's one of
Yeah.
those things. Yeah. Okay, so let's be done. I'm okay with that. Let's wrap this shit up.
Yeah.
We'll do it again next week. We're gonna talk about stand-up comedians and other nonsense.
I've already got 7.
Yeah, that's gonna be a tough one to pare down.
I need to go a little deeper, I think. And might have to cut people off the list that were Me Too'd.
That's probably important. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to separate art from artist on this one.
Yeah. Number 1, Cosby with a bullet. Super gross. So yeah, come back next week at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central at youtube.com/panelsonpages. We'll do it all over again. So, for Jason Knize, Jose Guzman, and Kelly Harris, I'm the Lord Reverend Lee Rodriguez, and we'll talk to you guys next week. Night. Love you. Bye-bye.
Do me wrong, do me right, do me
That was wonderful.
Bravo!
I loved that.
Oh, it was great.
Well, it was pretty good.
Well, it wasn't bad.
Well, there were parts of it that weren't very good, though.
It could have been a lot better.
I didn't really like it.
It was pretty terrible.
It was bad.
It was awful.
It was terrible.
Get him away!
Hey, boo!